and skills. I remember one of my friends told me that, you know, I am good in cooking. Oh, that's good. But you know, I'm not good in singing. I don't gonna lang maging member ng choir. Diba? For example, some people will say, ay, nagaganda pa naman yan, saka ang guwapo, pero pag kumanta naman, oh Lord, huwag na lang. Something like that. Guwapo ka pa, maganda ka na, pero pag kumanta ka naman, pati lang mo, ay umalis, kaya hindi gusto ang boses mo. Ano gagawin mo? Diba? We are born with different social opportunities and advantages, diba? Different genetic inheritances. May nagsabi, oh nga father, bansot ako, panda, pero maganda naman. Sabi ko, ano ba ito? Kailangan na talaga i-compare height para sabihin mas maganda yung panda. Like the servants in the gospel, we are entrusted with different talents. We often look at people we feel are very talented and compare ourselves to them while minimizing the very real and worthwhile gifts we have. Because we can't sing a song, as I have said, like some people. Therefore, we feel we should not sing at all. Because we can't be a professional athlete like some other people. Therefore, why join in a team? Instead of using the talents we have, are we always dreaming about the ones we don't have? Our talent might not be spectacular, but it is real and important. There are talents like those of the virtuous wife in the book of Proverbs in today's first reading, who was the skill of raising a family, caring a spouse, managing a home. To raise a family and keep a family together is a talent desperately needed in our world today. The gospel parable goes farther. The question posed by the parable is, are we using our talents and resources in the service of God and of His church? Sometimes we say, I don't have, wala akong oras sa church. Pero, mayroon akong 8 oras para sa karaoke bars. Walang oras versus 8 oras. Saan doon? The man in the gospel was given the least, was not a bad man. He did not steal the money. He did not squander it. His only crime was that he buried the money in the ground and did nothing with it for the master. 2 things that keep us from using our talents are fear and sloth. We talk. We plan. We make resolutions, but our plans never get traction. We can live a spiritual tomorrow that never quite becomes today. Procrastination. The lesson of the parable is very clear. All 3 individuals in the parable received talents. For 2 of them, those talents became a blessing. For one, it became a judgment. The first 2 servants were rewarded for their faithfulness, courage, and activity. The 3rd servant was judged for his unfaithfulness, cowardice, and inactivity. Who is the 3rd servant? We might be asking ourselves. Who is the 3rd servant? Some interpreters say he stands for the scribes and the Pharisees, whose emphasis was on preservation rather than spiritual transformation. But our tradition has been telling us that the 3rd servant is potentially being each one of us. We might be the 3rd servant. We have a talent, or we have talents, but we are afraid and we are lazy to express or to give our talents. St. Paul says in this second reading that we should stay away, alert to the ways we can serve the Lord. As we look over the past year, we all have had opportunities to do that. Maybe we'll have more chances next year, but the opportunities are now gone. big or small, are not only for ourselves. They are our contribution to the life of the church and our personal, unique way to a powerful discipleship. If you can serve the church as a lector, commentator, do it. If you can be a collector in the church, do it. If you want to be a member of the choir, grab an opportunity. Diba? There are so many ways we can give, or we can serve, or we can really share our talents. My dear brothers and sisters, reflect on your gift. Maybe it's a gift for friendship, for organization, for leadership, for spiritual strength, for empathy. We need people like this. For loyalty, for bridge building, for helping, for teaching, for giving advice, for consolation, for deep prayer, name it, we can do this. God knows who we are, and God knows what are our talents. In the eyes of God, everybody is equal. Walang nakalamang sa atin. Pare-pareho tayo. We have gifts. In the first place, we are blessed. And because we are blessed, we can do something in order that other people will be blessed also. But one thing we have to be sure, that I am a loved person. For me, that's a gift. And to others, being a loved person, I am a forgiven sinner. And that makes my life more meaningful. Because I can share, I can give my empathy to the persons like me who are struggling. And I can enter to their shoe because in the first place, I had experienced this in the past. Diba? It's not easy to say that I cannot give because I don't have anything to give. No. We can give, we can love, we can forgive. We can heal a broken world because we have experienced this. And it's easy for us because we have learned from this sample. My dear brothers and sisters, whatever the talents and resources we have been given, we are using them in the service of the Lord. The talents, we have our gifts. When we use them in the service of the Lord, what's next? They become more. They become
More.
blessings. If we give our talents to others, they become blessings. And that's what we need in our world today. Amen.
Amen.
God bless us all as our Christ.